What's up? Welcome back to the channel, or for the first time if you're new, I'm Sylvan, and today we have the animated short, The Embers of Glamoth, which, based on just the thumbnail and past animated shorts that Star Rail has done, I feel like we're in for quite a bit of sadness. I have a feeling this is not going to be a good time for Firefly. But despite that, let's just get right into it. Right.
Command! Firefly requesting reinforcements! The swarm requesting
Ooh,
reinforcements!
shit.
Forward! Requesting reinforcements! I repeat, requesting reinforcements!
Okay. Oh my god. Oh, this is amazing already! Yo.
On your feet! The target straight ahead! Keep pushing forward!
Oh, I love how it's like going into her zone to see her. Oh, this is amazing! I don't think we've seen anything quite like this before from Star Rail. What the fuck? Is that like an emanator or something of the propagation? Or is that the propagation itself? Oh shit.
Whoever's still alive, cover me! I'm going for the swarm mother! Copy! Take it! What's this? Activate it when you see the signal!
Holy shit. This... Oh!
Now commencing scorched earth operations for Her Majesty!
Her Majesty!
Holy shit! Wow. Oh.
Am I dead? Who died?
Everyone's dead. Oh, someone survived.
Born to fight. Such is the honor of Glamoth's iron cavalry. For Her Majesty.
Yeah.
Why do we die? Why do we live?
For Glamoth! For the Empress!
But exists.
Oh.
I dreamed of a scorched earth. A new shoot sprouted from the earth. It bloomed in the morning sun and whispered to me. Like fireflies to a flame.
Life begets death.
Oh my god! Firefly blew up a planet? Oh.
Fireflies dancing among the stars.
Oh shit. Oh my god. How was that 6 minutes? How was that 6 minutes? That felt like at most 3. Okay, alright. Going through this again. Just need to. This... Oh my god. I love everything about this. It immediately sets the tone of this is already a losing battle. And this entire sequence at the start here is amazing to me. I don't think we've gotten anything that quite matches this in just the sheer chaos of battle that this does.
On your feet. The target straight ahead. Keep pushing forward.
Damn it!
So I guess this is the end of the war. And unfortunately, this presumably is the last of the Knights of Glamoth. It's wild to think that Firefly had such a big part to play in the Swarm War. If that's what this is. I might be getting my lore mixed up a little bit, but...
Whoever's still alive, cover me. I'm going for the swarm mother. Copy. Take it.
I also just love the animation that's going on here.
Activated when you see the signal.
Looking at it, I think a fair amount of it is potentially 3D, like CG and stuff. But it looks really good, and I might be wrong about that even. It might just be incredibly fluid 2D. Obviously stuff like that is 2D. Yeah, no, I think it's a lot of 3D. At least for the mechs.
Now commencing scorched earth operations.
I also really like
Her Majesty.
how
Majesty!
the voice modulation changes when the front part of the mask comes off. Oh my god. No, what I'm wondering is the Hive Mother just like an emanator or a major piece of the propagation or something, or is it the propagation itself? Because I sort of doubt it's the propagation itself. Well, actually, no, I know for a fact it's not the propagation itself, because we know what Daon looks like, and that's not it. But regardless, Jesus. I need to look more into the lore of the Swarm War. I honestly skimmed over quite a bit of the stuff from Simulated Universe about it, so I don't as clearly recall a lot of it.
Dead.
And I guess this part answers the question to my hopes of getting more
died.
Glamoth Knights in the future as characters. I don't think we're getting that. Jesus. Because, I mean, like, she survives, but, I mean, does she manage to live here?
Such is the honor.
I mean,
Glamoth's honor cavalry.
I feel like either she died right here, right now, when she fell to her knees, or she dies when the planet blows up. I find it very unlikely that she survives. But who knows? Maybe they're leaving it just open enough that it can be potential, but I sort of doubt it. I think the point of this is to be that Firefly is literally the last survivor, and it leads her to
Do we live?
just this entire thing here, questioning why she's even alive.
But Glamoth
As she says here, she's fighting for
exists.
something that no longer exists. Everyone who died here
I
fought and died
of a scorched earth.
to protect something that isn't around anymore.
A new shoot sprouted from the earth. It bloomed in the morning
Now,
sun
this part I'm really
and
interested in.
whispered to me.
Because I imagine a lot of this plant stuff is more so symbology and stuff rather than literal. But who knows, it might be. But I love this little transformation into what she actually becomes with her, like, sand memory. If this is the kind of power she has access to, oh my god, she could have solved so many issues. I'm not sure if she could take Acheron fighting, like, legitimately, but she very well might be one of the most powerful people if she can, like, tap into that kind of power more than just right here. Obviously, I imagine that it's entirely possible that she can't, but who knows? And then...
Fireflies dancing among the stars.
God damn it, Kafka. Alright. Time to go through this a little bit more carefully just to get out my last few thoughts. I've already acknowledged I love this entire sequence here. It encapsulates the chaos and desperation of, like, the final battle of a war so well, just regardless of the casualties, trying to desperately finish the mission. And in the end, they do it. They kill the broodmother or whatever they called it, but at pretty much the heaviest price possible. Only one person survived. Firefly deserves better. One thing I actually do want to point out here is, if you saw the Myriad Celestia trailer for Firefly, something that is mentioned in that is the idea that Firefly's long hair is a symbol of her experience and the idea that she has survived for a long time or whatever. Which I imagine means that this here is some instance during the war rather than, like, when Firefly was first put into battle, I guess is a way to put it. But regardless, I bring this up because just while looking at this part, we see this one soldier effectively die and have their helmet ripped off so we can see their hair and stuff. And the immediate thought that came to mind to me was, they have long hair as well. They are, like Firefly, one of the longest living and most experienced Glamoth Knights at this point, in all likelihood. And they just died. Which simultaneously is just tragic, of the idea that, like probably so many of the knights here, they made it to the final battle. They survived the entire war, only to die right before the end. And alongside that, it just sort of paints the desperation of this by the fact that if someone so experienced who has survived so long through countless battlefields can just suddenly die in this battle, no one is safe. And that gets proven here with everyone dying. The only person who even survives for a brief moment other than Firefly is this woman who has much shorter hair. She's probably, if we're going off of this as a point of emphasis, it might not be the actual intent, but I really can see a lot of good thematic merit from this. She has short hair, which means either she just cut her hair because she didn't want it long or whatever, or she's a newer knight and was effectively thrown into this final desperate battle without the experience to survive and just got lucky to get this far even. God. Yeah, no, this is wild. Every sequence of this I absolutely love. And I love the essentially growing of the wings is what's happening here. It does make me wonder of the mechanics of how she tapped into this new power, because I imagine if this is something that any Glamoth Knight could just do, they would have been doing it in the fight. So I imagine this is tapping into something that prior to now wasn't otherwise possible. So I'm really curious what that would be. Maybe it's just her moment of desperation to continue surviving. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's an Aeon looking down at her and granting her some kind of power. I don't know. I think the best chance we have at finding out about that is when she comes out and looking at her voice lines and stuff. Yeah. And then she wipes out the rest of the swarm on the planet or the moon or whatever this is, destroying it in the process. I wonder if she intended to do that, or if it was just her power beyond her own control. Because I imagine she wouldn't want to destroy all of the bodies of her fallen comrades. So I imagine this was just a case of her tapping into more power than she imagined she could have, and in wiping out the swarm, destroying the entire place. Which is really sad, actually, thinking about it from that standpoint. And then we have Kafka, who obviously has just been here already. Probably Elio's script told her that if you go here and observe this final battle, one knight will survive, and to take them in. And who knows if the script was that specific. It seems like it's pretty esoteric at times. But I find it near impossible to think that this is just pure coincidence. Knowing how the Stellaron Hunters operate, this is almost certainly a piece of intended fate, which is interesting to me. Because depending on how you interpret how fate works in Star Rail, that essentially means either that Firefly was destined to survive and join the Stellaron Hunters, or that she was destined to get to this point, and then Kafka and the Stellaron Hunters step in to whisk her away and make her join them. It once again just makes me very curious about how Elio's powers work, and what Firefly's opinion of the other Stellaron Hunters is. Because from the little bit we've seen of her interactions, she seems to get along with Silverwolf pretty well, and seems to have some amount of a cordial understanding with Blade, but we haven't really seen her interactions with Kafka. So I'm really curious about that. The only time we've seen her interact with Kafka was in Kafka's Myriad Celestia trailer, where she essentially berates Kafka of, like, don't play with your food, what the fuck are you doing? This just gives me a lot of questions. And god damn it, as much as I love Kafka, I think it's my wish to protect Firefly and make sure she's okay that makes me just so antagonistic hearing this line and this attitude from Kafka. Like, she is just unfazed at the destruction of a planet or moon or whatever they were on, and the death of dozens, if not hundreds of people. If not thousands, who knows how populated that place was. Potentially millions if that was like a populated place, but from the sounds of it, it probably wasn't. At least not anymore. But this all just comes back around to the fact that I love how morally dubious and unclear where they stand in things the Stellaron Hunters are. It really is impossible for us to know what the Stellaron Hunters are trying to do or want to do. They're fine letting thousands die, millions die. We know that Kafka has been responsible for effectively the death of planets, from the sounds of it, from what her Myriad Celestia trailer said, just to get Stellarons. But then on other times, the Stellaron Hunters will just be in the right, working alongside us, or guiding us towards a peaceful resolution to things, or whatever. It just makes me so curious to what their end goals are. I'm so curious to see what warrants the lengths they go to at times. I can't wait to see more. And I can't wait for Firefly to come out. She's one of my most anticipated characters at this point. Well, with that, though, I think that's all I have to say for now. So I'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you liked this video or the short itself. Feel free to like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. And I hope you all have a great day. Goodbye.